guys, this is the Maafia garage here. I want to make a review on my 1982 Datsun 200SX. It's an S chassis. The S chassis is a s110. This comes after the S10 and the S11. I'm going to do a walk around on this. I had this car since February. The car is kind of, it's clean, but I mean the paint's kind of messed up a little bit, you can see. But I mean it's a 35-year-old car. I mean I kind of expected that when I got this thing. But the rust is very minimal. There's like no body rot underneath the car. There's surface rust on the car, but there's no body rot. The only place it got hit was over here. So the bumper got kind of damaged, but the bumper is still intact, and the fender got kind of bent. But I think that could be hammered out, or just taken out by a body shop, or I could probably do it. But I just drive around like that. I'm gonna fix that myself. I'm gonna try to bend that back into place. But other than that, the car is really clean. This doesn't belong on the car, but it was supposed to be for a Datsun 510. But then it didn't fit my grill, so what I did was I just cut it, and then I drilled out some holes, and I just zip tied it on there. So I use a black zip tie so I can just blend in with it, but it doesn't really, it looks like it belongs there. Because every time I drove around in this thing, no one knew what it really was, only a lot of older folks, but now people know what it is. And I added the fender mirrors because back in the 80s, there was a factory option to have a passenger side view mirror. But mine's never came with that option. Mine's basically a below basic car. Like, that's what I love about it. It's like base model. So it doesn't have the side view mirror. Doesn't have the sunroof, which is great. So I mean, like, I really love this car. It's my daily driver. The MR2 is my weekend warrior, I guess you can say. The car is really clean. The muffler did rot out on there, so it does have a little bit of a rumble to it, but it's not too loud, but it sounds okay. Like I said, the car's not perfect. One day I was driving to Atlantic City with this thing. Yeah, I drive this thing far, like back and forth to Philly to Atlantic City, and the headliner kind of ripped off on this side of the window, so I use tape for now, but I'm gonna get that fixed. But it's just like, when it was opening up, it was keep on throwing, I don't know, dust and everything all over the place. So I just didn't really, I just did a quick fix, whatever. So this is the interior. Let me just open up the door again. So this mirror is a power mirror. See, this is a power. Oh, the car's off. Let me turn this on for you. I'm not gonna turn it on, but I'm gonna put in an accessory so we can you guys can see it in action. I know you guys seen power mirrors, but for the 80s this was something unique. Pretty cool. So it has 116,000 miles. Like I said, I do daily drive this thing every day. Another option I had was this tape player. Correct me if I'm wrong, if any of you guys own this car, but the majority of ones I see just have the radio station. There's no cassette player. So this is pretty ahead of its time with the cassette player. It is an automatic. That's why I daily it. The automatic's not bad. I kind of wish it was a 5-speed, but I mean, I don't mind the automatic. It's such a clean car, and I can see why it's automatic, being so clean it is. Because usually all the automatics I see is pretty clean with the classic cars, and the manual ones, they're kind of beat up. This is the only one I saw in my area, a Datsun 200SX. Never knew they had any until I came across this, and I could not pass off the offer. It does have an optional Sanyo system. Sound system. The interior is very clean. Very clean. Since you guys are not here, I want to give you an example of how it smells like. It smells like 80s musty basement. Yes, I know. I just wanted to keep the smell for its time frame, I guess you can say, because it just reminds me of the old days, even though I'm not as old as this car, but you know, I appreciate the classics. The only thing wrong with this seat is the driver's side seat is ripped up a little bit right here, but other than that, the seats are very mint. The rear seats, the previous owner, he got them reupholstered, so they're basically brand new fabric on the rear seats. The headliner's still very great condition. It's just that one rear window that was like that. Now, a really neat thing that shocks a lot of people is this is a rear window also, so there's a little window roller right there, and it rolls up the rear window. And luckily I got manual windows. That was the best part. I was so happy about that because I don't know what I would do if I had electric windows. Maybe convert it to manual, but thank goodness it's already manual. But that's how it goes down. So basically it's this one wide window, which I love it. It looks beautiful. And there's like a little rear window right there. The visibility on this thing, looking all around the car, is just amazing. You can see everything compared to the newer cars of today. Just push this back. Rear seating room. I mean, I fit 4 people in this car before. You got to put the seat up all the way up, but oh well. And it's not like you're gonna have 4 people here all the time. So it's a very nice cruiser. Very nice. Just check under the car. If you guys want to see it. And like I said, it did have surface rust, but I did paint it. Like I brushed it all off with the metal wire brush, and I just painted it just to make it look clean. The gas tank does have the floor bed liner. That's going to be my next step, is to give me a floor bed liner the rest of the underneath of the car. Let me just pop the trunk. Let's see. Badge. I always wanted to do a review on my car, but never got a chance to. But there's just some rotors. I'm gonna replace the rotors soon on this, but I just always keep like a toolbox in here, a jumper cables. Those are the brake pads. I'm gonna do the job later. And this is just, I just keep, you know, like gloves handy, napkins handy, other things handy, just in case if I ever need it to, whenever I work on the car, or if there's anything, like there's rope in here, there's cloth in there, whatever. And it's still got the OEM jack. You can see, let's see if we can clear this up right here. If I can focus this. Yeah, there we go. Nissan Motor Company has the original jack and everything for it. But yeah, it's very clean. There's actually no rust under here at all. The paint, yeah, I know the trunk's paint is very clean. You can see no rust on the strut towers over here. Sorry, it's kind of noisy. I'm trying to go into a separate place, but I'm near a warehouse, I guess it is, and trucks keep on coming by. Okay. Another walk around, coming back around. The reason why I did the fender mirrors is because I don't know, the Japanese models, they have them, and I try to measure them so it can look precisely like that. So I mean, it's not like it's off or anything. I know it has 3 mirrors, but hey, I mean, it doesn't look bad. It looks great. A lot of people compliment me on the mirrors. They compliment me on the car. You know, they love the car. They love seeing this thing on the road, you know. A lot of the older folk, they compliment me on the car because they really don't see it. You really don't see this car on the road anymore, and I learned to appreciate this car a lot. I'm just gonna pop the hood and show you guys under the hood. Pop this. And this is what I love about old school cars. It has its own hinges that holds itself up. Maybe it's a safety feature now. Maybe the hinge is broke and the windshield will fly up or something, but I really see that as very secure. Or maybe it just costs a lot to do that for cars. But this is the original hood. It has all the diagrams on here. All the original stickers where it says Datsun and Nissan Motor Company stickers. You can see right there. And this is the S chassis 110, S110, so it's like the Sylvia lineup. And yes, it has an 8-spark system, so it has 2 spark plugs per cylinder going all the way across. This is Nissan's new design for the 80s. They wanted to throw this engine out there. I believe this engine came out in the Datsun, correct me if I'm wrong, the 710. I think it came out of a like a pickup truck or something. And I think that's what they did with all the motors, like all the Sylvias that came to America, which are considered not Sylvias anymore. But all the ones that came over here, they came with 2.2 liters. And I don't know about the earlier models, maybe the 79 when this car first came out, maybe it came with the 2.0 liter. I'm not 100% sure, I'm sorry. But it looked like all the S chassis that came to America, they just threw a truck motor in there. Like the 240SXs, I know they had the KA24s, and that came off of like a pickup truck, like a Nissan pickup truck. So unfortunately, us Americans, we never had the cool motors like the CA18DETs, or I believe with the 240RS, which is the rally version of this car, came with the FJ20, I believe it was, and that was a turbocharged motor. That thing is a monster. But yeah, it's an 8-spark system. You could see 8 coil. Well, this is like 10 coil packs right here. No, 10. I believe it's 9, and one of them goes right here. A lot of the stuff is original under here. All I have is a brand new battery, a brand new alternator, a brand new starter. It has the original brake master cylinder. Yes, I know, it doesn't look beautiful. Look at it. It's original, but as you can see, there's no rust on the strut towers. This thing was kept in really good condition for being a Jersey car. I'm surprised. Like I see barely any rust. But I'm not gonna say it's perfect. So you can see there's some rust right here, and I'm trying to look for some other rust so it won't look like I'm being I'm lying to you guys. But I mean, there's some rust down there. I don't know if you guys can see that. It's not like crazy rot to where like it's like putting a hole through the wall or something. But this car has the original radiator, the original condenser, original everything. I need to start swapping out some stuff. So like the hoses, I mean, they're not completely dry rotted, but I think they should be replaced. I don't know where I'll find this from, because this is kind of dry rotted right here. But other than that, I replaced the air filter, I replaced the spark plugs, I replaced the spark plug wires. I bled out the braking system, I bled out the cooling system. I refreshed all the fluids in this car. I replaced the differential fluid. I changed the oil, gave it a new filter. The filter on this thing is monstrous. Let me see if I can find it. Yeah, that thing's huge. It's right there, you can see it. That thing is the size of my hand, and I have a big hand, so it's huge. It's right there. I don't know if you guys can see that because it's a black filter, but that thing's monstrous. It was so hard to remove the old one, but installation was pretty straightforward. But it is fuel injected. That's the great part about that. Sorry, a truck just came by questioning my car. He was like, what year is that and stuff, and I was just telling him about the car. You see, like, people just love to see this car on the road. I'm not gonna say everyone, because some people just don't know about the car and they just hate seeing it on the road because, oh, look at that grandpa car, why is it on the road, it's going so slow. But this car picks up. This car can keep up with a lot of cars low end. I'm not saying it's a fast car or anything, I'm just saying like it can keep up with modern cars. Like, it won't be the slowest car on the road. Yeah, it's fuel injected, and believe it or not, this car has a timing chain. I was shocked when I first read up on that. It has a timing chain. It doesn't have a timing belt, so that's amazing. Nissan was really advanced in their time right there. They really wanted to throw some new stuff out there. They wanted to say, hey, look, we're so advanced in technology, let's do this and that. Now, I don't know if Toyota did that at that time. I don't know if any other maker did that. I know like a lot of makers, they just stuck with timing belts and stuff, but I don't know if they're the first company that did timing chains. I'm not sure, but don't take my word on it. But I think personally that's pretty cool how they did that. They did the twin spark system, they did the fuel injection. I'm not saying the fuel injection was the first on this car. I'm just saying maybe the timing chain was first on this car. It's pretty cool. The exhaust headers, I mean, it's pretty cool how it's just like, it's pretty nice. Looks like it flows out pretty good. Just sound like an idiot whenever I talk about this car because I know a lot about this car, but I mean, just, you know, you always learn something new every day. So maybe when I make this video, I find out something about this car and it's like, I wish I would have said that. Yeah, I mean, it's just such a great car to just drive in, you know. It starts up right away all the time. I drove it through the winter time. Yeah, I know there's salt roads and all that, but it's just like such a great car. I don't want to make this video boring for you guys. It's just, I really wanted to do a review on this car. Since I drive this car every day, I can't really put classic and classic plates on there or antique plates. So I have to get it inspected. I learned that the hard way from some officer giving me a ticket. The antenna did fall off. RIP the antenna, but I don't even use the radio anyway. I just use it for the aux. And let's just start it up for you guys. I don't want to make this video too long, but I want to make it long enough to where you guys can get a good taste of what type of car this is. This car has no power brakes. This car has no power steering. So this car is actually like a driver's car. The steering is very wallowy. It's like squirrely. Well, not squirrely. It's just like, it's like a boat. It's like a mini boat. Let's just start this up. See, it starts up right away. No hesitation. Yeah, you can see the power steering is just like look at this steering wheel play. It's like, it's all over the place. But we're gonna take this out for a drive. I'm gonna rev it up for you guys a little bit so you guys can see. Let's take this thing out for a drive so you guys can see how it drives. And that's it, just locks like that. Let's go out for a spin. Put my seatbelt. Now I just always put it in first gear, then I drive up to second, third, and then, you know, well, this is a 3-speed automatic, so it does pick up. I'm not gonna go that fast, but it does pick up. As you can see, it went up to 50 miles an hour. Yeah, it's not the fastest car, but it does pick up. When you need it to pick up, like during the small streets, even on the highway, I took it up to 80 miles an hour. I took it up even beyond that. I don't take it up to redline. I usually take it up to 4,000 RPMs. That's the most I'll take it up to. When it's going to first or second gear, I maybe take it up to 4,500 RPMs. But I never redline this car ever since I owned it. There's no point of redlining it. It has a lot of low-end torque. to show you guys the steering wheel play. So I'm on a straight road. Look at that. It's still going straight. That's how much play is in there. I know it might need new tie rods or lower control arm bushings, but that's just how it is. I'm gonna try to hit 80 miles an hour for you guys. So I'm gonna stop recording right now and I'm gonna pick up later. That, guys, is the video of my Datsun 200SX. If you guys want to see more of this, please let me know. I'll make more videos. I appreciate driving this car every day, and I appreciate you guys watching. Thank you so much.